This is the second business that we are going to be looking at for our market research assignment. It's Drusillas Park, which hopefully you know quite a lot about, and we're going to look at what market research they do to find out about their customers and their competitors. Before we start looking at the market research they do and what they first of all do is say what their target market is. So they're saying they want families with children under the age of 12, or grandparents of their grandchildren, or school groups when you were at primary school, or little nurseries to go. They want us to go. We did back in the day go and have talks. Obviously, this is the talk now, but obviously it wasn't a huge amount of their money. And you can go when you're in the Brownies or the Cubs or something, go for a day out. You can have a birthday party there, and there are special needs groups who go there. So they're mainly looking at people in Sussex, Kent, Surrey and South London who will travel to get there. So when we're thinking about finding out about their customers, those are the people they want to find out about. So we're now going to look at what Drusillas actually wants to achieve. This is what they'll be doing market research to find out about. Now, this PowerPoint is slightly out of date because it was when we went on a visit a couple of years ago, so you can still take it. They want to be one of the best zoos in Europe. They want to achieve 350,000 visitors a year. They want to have value for money. They want to ensure their profits are good. They want to increase your secondary spend, so you're buying stuffed toys, panning for gold, having an ice cream, that sort of thing. And they've got what they were thinking about doing back then, but obviously this is way out of date. They've got the Hello Kitty land now. So for their marketing objectives, what they're looking for, they want a Drusillas brand. So when we think about Drusillas, go, ooh, Drusillas. They want us to know more about it, or the target market to know more about it, more people to come, and they want to use market research more. And they're going to detail what they're going to use their market research for. They want to increase their database, they want to analyse their competitors, they want to increase their PR, they want to increase their club membership and their animal adoption, and basically improve their profile locally. Get more people to come back over and over again. So what do they do? In summary, they do some questionnaires and comment cards. They do Google Analytics and ads. They do Survey Monkeys and Facebook questions. They monitor the review websites. They do face-to-face interviews. They do observation of customers, and they do sampling of some groups and focus groups. So we're going to go into each one of those in a bit more detail in this video. So they do questionnaires. They hand those out to members, the people who've bought the annual membership, and non-members. They give out 10 every weekend and 5 and school holidays and 5 on a weekday to get a feel for what's happening. So they give out 2,000, they expect 15% to return. So think about who might actually fill them in and return them. And it tells them what sort of ages they are, where they've come from, who they're with, and what marketing scenes. So it could be really useful information. But if you look here, they've been incredibly helpful, letting us know what they think the limitations of this is. So they're saying that even though it is good, that you can see at the bottom, previously asked if they've seen a TV advert this year, most customers said yes when we didn't do it. So do you know what I mean? It may not be the most brilliant piece of research. Have a read through of these. In there, they ask about the costume characters, which are a key thing for them. So if they find out that everyone likes Fireman Sam much, they get someone to dress up as Fireman Sam. So again, have a look. The questions were on Facebook this time, not just on the survey. So that's quite interesting. And yeah, so they use Facebook for animal naming competitions. Not really market research, is it though? So as well as doing the questionnaires, they have a chat to people, person to person. So this isn't a formal thing, it's chatting. So they look at interviews, interview people, they talk to schools and teachers to look at the education things they've done. And they look at literature, and the staff test their restaurant food, just try out what's really nice there, and that helps them plan their development. So as well as questionnaires, they also do interviews. If you've ever been there on a visit and sadly that pleasure is denied us, we would have feedback sheets from you, feedback sheets from the teachers, and they use SurveyMonkey, an online thing, rather than having a postal one. And they get a 25% return rate on that. So that's for kids and teachers. We're now going to have a look at how they use the internet for market research. So this is a copy of their website, and here they use Google Analytics. Now, Google Analytics is a very useful tool. Because Drusillas have their own website, it is free for them to get the data about how people use it. And they will be able to count how many people visit their website and then what pages they go to on that website. So they might check out prices. So when you all went on it at school, all of that information would have gone back to Drusillas, might have confused them a bit. They can see whether you're a new customer or a returning customer. They can see where you reach it from, which is incredibly powerful. So if you've Googled Drusillas to get there, they'll find that out. But if you've Googled day out in East Sussex, they'll find out that. So how you got to the Drusillas site is incredibly useful for them. And they're saying the referral sites are more expensive. They only use Google Analytics because Google, Bing and Yahoo are so old school that they don't use that, obviously. So they only understand the Google thing. And they also can analyze vouchers.co.uk. So that's another way of analyzing how people get there. So Google Analytics is very, very useful. So if people are looking at a TV ad, you don't know how they respond, but with Google, you can see a Google ad. Clicks, they get the information on clicks, don't make visits. Some people don't spend very long, and you can't ask them, like we all went on their website and had a good nose around, but we had no intention of going. So you've got to think about that when you're analyzing. They also want to analyze their competitors as well. So to do that, they have to visit them. They have to go on websites and actually physically visit them and see what is happening. And it's saying here they've even been to the US and Australia just to go and get ideas. And they belong to groups and attend meetings there. And they read industry publications. And a mystery shopper scheme is a really interesting thing. So they will pay someone to go and visit Drusillas as, say, a single parent with a small child, and they'll ask about nappy changing facilities, and they'll have a general what the experience is like, what the staff is like, and then they'll send the same mystery shopper to, so it's someone paid to go to one of their competitors, say for instance not Catch, and they will then write a report for Drusillas on what happened to them. So it's not just the owners of Drusillas going out, they pay people to do it to be a certain type of customer. Which sounds like quite a good bit of research.